Hey, what's up guys? It's Tech Confusion, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create these super simple text animations in After Effects. Using these super simple effects, you can animate your text to do a whole bunch of cool things in no time. Let's jump right in. Alright, so I'm in After Effects here and I have my text layer. If I wanted to begin adding effects to this layer, I can just drop down the properties right over here with this drop down arrow and head over to the animate button and click this little right arrow icon. When I click on this icon, you'll see that this menu pops up, and here it gives us a couple of options for effects that we can add. In this specific tutorial, I'm going to be showcasing the position, scale, and rotation effects, but you can mess around with any of the other options in this list as well. So let's go ahead and choose position. Once I click on position, you'll see that an animator gets added to our text layer, and under that animator is a range selector. Now, if we expand this range selector, this is where we'll control how long this animation takes. So using the start parameter right here, if we just click on this little stopwatch icon, it'll create a keyframe for us at the beginning of our timeline if that's where our playhead is at. Now that we have a keyframe at the beginning of our timeline, let's just go ahead and drag our playhead about half a second forward. Of course, here you can do any time you want. This is basically just the control for how long this animation is going to take. So once your playhead is where you want your animation to end, just go to the start parameter and just change it to 100%. You'll now see that on your timeline you have two keyframes for range selector. Even though we have both of these new keyframes, you'll see that when I play it back, nothing's actually happening yet, and that is because we haven't changed the position value yet. So if we want to start making effect on the text, we'll have to change this position value. As I start to drag the Y value of my position effect up, you'll see that the text starts to go down. So for this position effect, basically this text is going to fly individually, character by character, up until it hits that final part where my text originally was. So now that I have my position set, if I go ahead and play it back, you'll see that each character flies in one by one. And now that I'm watching this back, I'm thinking that this effect happens a little bit too quickly. No need to worry, we can just take that second keyframe on the range selector and just move it out. This will basically just slow down the animation. And just like that, you already have a super cool text effect. So let's say you just finished making this effect and you don't really like the way it looks, it's not exactly what you're going for. Well, you can just delete that effect by selecting animator and clicking the backspace or delete key on your keyboard. So now I'm going to talk about the next type of animation, and that's going to be scale. So to add this scale animation, it's super simple, just like position. You just head over to that animate icon and select scale. And here we'll use that range selector to set those two keyframes just like we did on position. I'll make sure that I put my playhead back at the beginning of my timeline. Then just click on that stopwatch icon to create the first keyframe. Then just move your playhead where you want it to end and set the value to 100%. So the way that the scale effect works is very similar to position, except it's each individual character scaling up rather than sliding up. So if I just set my scale to 0 here, you'll see that as I play it back, each character individually grows. That's a really cool effect. But we can actually also stack effects on top of each other. So let's say I like this scale effect, but I also want to add some rotation to it. Well, if I click on this add button down here, it will actually add another effect to this animator. Here you'll want to select property and then just select the next effect that you want to add onto your text. In my case, I'll just select rotation. And now because I already have my range selector keyframe set from when I did my scale effect, I don't have to actually set any keyframes for rotations. I can just set the rotation effect and then the text will follow it in the same speed that it follows the scale effect. So I'm just going to tweak rotation here so that it kind of rotates and scales in. And then when I play it back, I'll see how it looks. And I really like that. It's always smart to ease your keyframes. If that's the look you're going for, I would usually recommend doing that regardless of the animation. So that's what I'm going to do here. If you just select both of your keyframes and right click them and hover over keyframe assistant, you can click on easy ease, and that kind of just smooths out the overall animation. And just like that, you have this really cool text animation that really adds to your videos. I'm just going to delete this effect real quick and just showcase one more quick effect that's really cool. I'll just go up to the animate icon just like we did for the position and scale and rotation. And then under this menu, you want to select tracking. Now this is a really cool effect that you'll see in like a movie trailer, but it's like super simple to do with just two keyframes. So I'll just rewind my playhead back to the beginning of my timeline, click on this stopwatch next to tracking amount, and then just go forward where I want the animation to end and just raise that number until I like how it looks. Now when I play it back, you'll see that each individual character kind of just separates away from each other. It's a super simple and subtle effect, but it just really adds value to your video and films. Anyways guys, that about wraps it up for these simple After Effects text animations. Again, this is a very simple beginner tutorial, but it's super helpful if you've never used After Effects before, or you just maybe never animated text and you just want to add a little bit of spice to your text. Anyways guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me down below and I'll get right back to you on that. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, please remember to leave a like and don't forget to comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next time guys, peace out.